I was saying that it's just not true. It's cap, to be honest. But
You say it's cap? Did this lawyer just say it's cap, to be honest? Why would he say that in court?
The caption slime over sluts with a green heart emoji and green snake emoji.
The Young Thug Rico trial was live streamed today, and I'll be covering some of it as long as you guys want me to, so comment down below and let me know. Today, some interesting shit happened. Two lawyers get yelled at by the judge. One of the defendants, Miles Farley, is trying to get out on bond because he's just a clothing brand owner. And then a cop goes up to the stand and talks about his experience with a shooting at a YSL house.
Mr. Menendez, good morning, sir. You were supposed to buy lunch for your colleagues. Have you done that as of yet? You were supposed to have done that by March the 17th. Did you satisfy that prong of your contempt yet?
So what's happening right here in the Young Thug trial is everyone's in this courtroom, all the defendants and their lawyers, or at least some of them are. I don't know if all of them can fucking fit, because there's like 27 of them, so I don't know if it's all of them, but it's a good amount of them at least, held in contempt, and so was another guy. And this judge is about to yell at him an essay that he had to write, and apparently he's supposed to buy lunch for everyone or something. Dude, I don't know if this is a joke or not, but...
You were held in contempt, young man. And if you want to revisit that again, we can certainly open it up. But I satisfied your contempt by you paying $250, which you did, and I have a receipt from that. Miles College, I have that receipt here. And the other thing was to purchase lunch for each of your attorney colleagues, in this case, on Friday, March the 17th, from Jason's Deli. So
he said from Jason's Deli, a specific sandwich shop needs to be the lunch. What am I listening to?
Was you're supposed to buy your colleagues lunch by that date?
I got mine.
Okay, so when I just want you to pick a date.
There's Young Thug right there. But now he's about to talk to another lawyer that was held in contempt and yelled at him about an essay that he needs to write because that's his punishment or some shit, or else he gets jailed for 20 days. Yeah, this judge is not playing games, bro. This judge is taking this shit very serious with being held in contempt. I understand he has to keep his courtroom all how he wants it to be. You know what I mean?
Because that wasn't offered to you. You already asked me, could I pay the $1,000? I told you no.
He tried to get out of writing this essay and pay $1,000, and the judge said fuck no, so he still has to write this 17-page essay or else he's jailed for 20 days. Holy
well,
shit.
I know you would, but that's not what's on the table. 28, yes, at noon. Or you do 20 days. It's 17-page paper on the importance of professionalism in the legal field and treating one's opponents with civility.
That's crazy. He said on the 28th at noon or you do 20 days in jail.
That's another issue that we're not going to deal with today. But anyways, okay, so Mr. Johnson, are we good with that? I mean, it needs to be a scholarly quality, basically, okay? That it's error-free and that you would turn in the satisfaction.
Why do a lot of these guys have headphones on? Can someone answer that in the comments? I'm confused.
Well, I'll put it this way. As long as you write it yourself, and it is completed in the format as dictated, APA, at least 10 primary and 10 secondary sources, that will satisfy the contempt. I mean, I'm going to read it, and if I don't find it to be of suitable quality, you'll redo it.
Jesus.
But the other thing is, if you don't do it, the other option I have is to jail you for 20 days because it's not satisfactory. So I would suggest that you...
2023, who would have thought we've been hearing a fucking judge threatening a random lawyer in a Young Thug case. It's not Thug's lawyer, but it's one of their lawyers. He's threatening to jail him. I feel like it's a tad excessive. See, why does Young Thug have headphones on? And a lot of the other guys have headphones on too. I'm confused on why that's a thing.
First off, Mr. Blaylock is innocent of all charges in this indictment.
This guy right here is defending someone named Damon Blaylock, who is also accused of stabbing someone in the Fulton County Jail, along with two other guys that are in this indictment too, who are probably in this courtroom. Holy shit. Why would they fucking do some dumb shit like that in jail?
Mr. Blaylock was wrongfully convicted of 1 count of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I'm also trying to prevent the state from being able to show this wrongful conviction to the jury because that, and under 403, that would be gravely prejudicial to Mr. Blaylock. The idea of the jury seeing this conviction now, like I said, this conviction is for murder is one of these charges, Your Honor. Murder is arguably the most serious crime that's out there. Just simply the jury seeing this will essentially convict Mr. Blaylock.
Basically saying that his clients, there's other shit going on in the previous case and it shouldn't be shown to the jury. All right, so now the state's going to come up and probably say that's bullshit.
In each instance, Mr. Blaylock is alleged to have acted with another associate of YSL, Mr. Ryan. So that ties it directly to the enterprise in question here. The day after the murder and the 2 assaults, we have Mr. Blaylock posting on social media. It's his photo. He flashes YSL hand sign, the caption slime over sluts, with a green heart emoji and green snake emoji. And the indictment specifically alleges that a green heart emoji and a green snake emoji are identifiers for YSL.
All right, that you gotta admit that last sentence was funny. Slime over sluts? Is that what he said? He's talking about the fucking snake emojis. 3 days after killing someone, he posted that? All these emojis and saying YSL and shit. Oh, you tied to this for sure. You can't say you're not part of this fucking gang or something.
Because Bethune is a 1991 case. You were read the citation, volume, and page. You were not read the year on that case. That's 15 years before Drinkard overruled Estevez and changed the whole analysis for double jeopardy. So Bethune...
This guy's using a bunch of big words, but I think he pretty much just shat on the lawyer's stuff, to be honest. He said that something else supersedes it.
I was saying that it's just not true. It's cap, to be honest. But that aside, though,
Did you say it's cap? Did this lawyer just say it's cap, to be honest? Wait, whoa, what?
I was just saying that it's just not true. It's cap, to be honest. But
why would he say that in court? I'd say 80% of these old fuckers don't know what that means, dude.
The state mentioned a couple things in the indictment. I guess ultimately to conclude, Your Honor, I just say this.
I believe that's Blaylock right there.
I have never seen a more ill-advised move. The testimony about Harrison's murder conviction was not only unprejudicial to Harrison on the two predicate racketeering acts, but was also unfairly prejudicial on the RICO conspiracy and drug conspiracy counts. If your case is that strong, you can prove it without this murder conviction, to be honest.
Ooh.
This murder conviction is nothing but prejudicial.
Ooh.
And lastly, when it comes to this, I just pose this question for you to answer when you take into consideration, Your Honor. If you allow this conviction in and Mr. Blaylock's new trial gets granted, then what?
I stand corrected. There was one citation before. I missed an emotion.
Okay, sir.
I think he just said I stand corrected. I think the lawyer was right. This is all very confusing because it's hard to fucking hear in this shit, but...
We're too dangerous to even be allowed a bond. We're offered probation in exchange for some proffers.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with this matter.
It does, Your Honor, because those people are just out walking around now, and there has been, to this day, no incidents, no tampering, no violence against anyone. And so
How's that relevant to your client?
So he's trying to get his client out on bond, and he's saying that other people in YSL have gotten out.
But the state has said things to this court that are not true. For example, that Mr. Sergio Kitchens is dangerous. He's in a command position. He's going to have witnesses killed if we let him out on bond.
Oh, he brought up Gunna. He said the state lied about Sergio Kitchens being violent and going to have people killed if he gets out. But he got out and none of that happened.
We can see that those proffers are false because those individuals have been out on probation, which was by the discretion of the state, the same people who told this court that those people can't even have a bond. Those proffers that the state made were just not sincere. They were only interested in those defendants having their bond denied.
He's defending Miles Farley too, by the way, boys.
He's an HBCU graduate who started an LLC in the Cleveland Avenue area where he's born and raised. He's not hanging out there, as the state says. He's living there, as we all live where we live. And then they brought up these jail calls supposedly talking about trying to conceal something, trying to get rid of things. And then the court heard those, had a different interpretation of them than me.
Oh, so he's saying his guy, Miles Farley, I found his brand Instagram. Apparently he owns this clothing brand. That's how he's an LLC. And he never got any fights at school. So he's naming all the good shit he did. But what he did in YSL apparently is like drug charges and gun charges shit. But he has all these hats and shit right here. Okay, looks like he's got a nice little clothing brand going on. But he's locked up for this right now.
This court by a hair to grant Mr. Farley a bond. And that's not the only changed circumstance.
For some of them, I feel like they should get out if they don't have any violent charges. Like if they weren't one of the guys that are a part of a murder, they could get out. But it's still risky because they could fuck with witnesses and it could get a little hairy. So it's like really risky, but they did it for Gunna. They've done it for other people in the case. So it's weird. It kind of makes it like not fair, but
they don't even believe that Mr. Farley is guilty. He's innocent and they know this. But they continue to oppose his bond, and they've charged him in bad faith because they want him to do what Mr. Kitchens and Mr. Lee have done. And he will not do that, Your Honor. He's principled. He's going to assert his Sixth Amendment right. He's not going to say things that aren't true.
It doesn't seem like he's really involved that much. It's just he made that clothing brand that I just showed you guys, and he got caught with a gun and a phone. Fulton County prosecutors said jail calls show Farley arranged to ensure we never found those items.
A supposed criminal organization, that's up to the other attorneys, but even so, Mr. Farley never acted with the intent to benefit any organization except the LLC that he founded with his business degree and no criminal record called Make America Slime Again. Nothing in any of the discovery has anything to do with anything in Miles Farley's phones or him having a gun used in an unlawful way. Mr. Farley's gun...
Lawyers kind of snapping on them, saying this guy's like pretty much done nothing, but...
They never even went to get the gun that they're telling this court is being concealed. Go get it. And they haven't, Judge. Another changed circumstance. So, bedroom in my home with a full bathroom, he can confine himself in that room on video surveillance with no technology and drive with me and back to court every day. And we're not afraid to do that. He's not a gang member. He's not a part of any supposed gang war.
I honestly might think this guy literally has nothing to do with it. And he was just like making a clothing brand, just has slime in it. So they fucking indicted him. Like that's literally what this kind of looks like right now. I'm not even trolling.
That's another changed circumstance. He'll be on house arrest at my house, come here with me and wear an ankle monitor at his own expense. And it will save money for the security of the deputies, Judge, and the transport and everything. We would just...
That's a damn good lawyer. What? He just offered for the fucking guy to stay at his house with him. Is this his friend or something? What am I listening to? That's fucking insane. All right, let's see what the state has to say about all that. He basically said he's not involved at all.
Good morning, Your Honor. It's the state's position that Mr. Farley is not entitled to a bond, and he's simply not a good candidate for a bond, Your Honor. Attempted to conceal evidence. At minimum, Your Honor, this shows Mr. Farley poses significant
When was the
risk.
deal?
He's also been posting photos from a contraband cell phone. I think that was presented as well at the last hearing as well. It was attached
On
to
the
the state's
19th,
exhibit.
on the 19th of December?
And in fact, his words were, get rid of that mother. Those were the calls, Your Honor.
He told someone over the phone to get rid of a gun or something.
Mr. Farley's indicating get rid of that motherfucker. What are you saying that's in reference to?
That goes directly to one of the IL factors, that he poses significant risk to obstruct the administration of justice, Your Honor.
Damn, so his own fucking voice is causing this. If he never had that phone call with his girl telling her to get rid of a gun or something, he might have been out on bond chilling. I wonder are they just allowed to have headphones and chill and like listen to music or like do something else? Like I'm confused. So this is a state witness and it's a police officer?
I'm a patrol officer at the Zone 3 precinct. My normal shift is 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
And how long have you been on
Damn.
the 11 p.m. to 7
We got the graveyard shift. So this cop said he saw Young Thug at a gas station and it was weird that there was a Lamborghini or something there. So he went and told him that his tent was too dark.
And took off at a high rate of speed down Waters Road. So I got in my patrol car to see where they were going, due to the high rate of speed, also the illegal window tint I just told them about. And that's when I saw the taillights of the Lamborghini pull into the driveway of 2830 Waters Road and pull behind the house. The location, we noticed that 2830 Waters Road had about 11 defects from gunfire in the building into the residence. There was also a car that had sustained, I want to say 5 defects from gunfire that was parked directly in front of the house. Well, I was concerned that there was people in there that had been shot because some of those rounds were rifle rounds. I know those rounds go through houses like butter from previous shootings. And he sees feet laying on the bedroom floor. We said, well, we're thinking there's a body in there that rifle rounds just ripped through. And Sergeant Suazo quick kicked in the front door. Quatez Arnold walked out of the room, Miles Farley and Devontae Battle came out of the room.
So they're detailing this shooting that happened at this house that the YSL members went at for a while. I don't really know the point of it all. This is Miles' attorney, the guy with the clothing brand that says he's pretty much not involved at all.
No, it did not make me angry.
Okay, did it make you angry seeing people have nice cars?
No, it did not. I like my truck.
Okay, and so did it make you jealous at all seeing people have a car?
I got an older model truck that I really enjoy that I'm never going to sell.
Okay.
Oh man, this is interesting. This lawyer's trying to make this cop look like a douche, and the cop is like, nah, I got a truck I like.
Also for officer safety, and I'm glad we did handcuff him because he had a loaded handgun in his pants that we had no idea about, which can be very dangerous for us. He had it in his pocket. So that's why, especially when
Oh shit. So during that shooting, that's why this is being brought up. The kid that this guy, as the clothing brand, had a gun on him. He was hiding in a house for 30 minutes with 2 other people. They discover a handgun on him. All right, that's pretty much it for this day. I don't know how much is going to be streaming, but I'll try to cover it as much as I can. 2 lawyers that got yelled at by the judge for not buying lunch and not writing an essay. It seems a little bit extra. A police officer came up and talked about a shooting that happened at a specific house that YSL members were at. Yeah, talked about Christian McMiller, which is a YSL member that got shot and killed. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, it wasn't a very productive day in court, in my opinion. I mean, they cross-examined them a little bit, and the kid, Miles Farley, that has the clothing brand, tried to get him out on bond because he thinks he's not really involved, which I'm almost agreeing with. I don't know. He has been around a lot. He had that gun on him, but apparently it's a legal gun. I'll keep covering this if you guys want me to. I don't know. Subscribe to my channel. Peace out, boys.